DD India's Akshay Dongre joins us on the story now from New Delhi. Akshay, Singapore is India's largest partner in the Southeast Asia region. How far the agreement signed today will boost trade between the two countries?
Well, it's quite significant to see that the trades are already significantly high between the two countries. But the kind of MoUs that have been signed, it's not just about learning from each other's expertise. It's also about cooperating in those sectors. For example, when it comes to skills, that is one of the MoUs that has been signed. As far as the skill sector is concerned, there are several skill expertise in semiconductors, advanced manufacturing, quantum computing, artificial intelligence, where Singapore has world-renowned expertise which it can give to India. As far as space cooperation is concerned, India is one of the biggest space power in the world. That is something Singapore would be interested in collaborating with. As far as other things are concerned, there were MoUs on manufacturing, people-to-people ties, space, and different kind of collaborations that are already under process. Is significantly going to boost the trade between the two countries, but also to remind our viewers, Singapore is the largest, in fact, the world's largest source of foreign direct investment for Indians and for India. So that means that the partnership has already been quite warm. And in fact, this visit by the Prime Minister of Singapore is coinciding with the 60th anniversary of diplomatic ties also says a lot. In fact, it's quite interesting to see that exactly a year back on the 59th anniversary of the diplomatic ties, it was the Prime Minister of India, PM Modi, who was in Singapore, signing all of these joint collaborations, these memorandums of understanding in different sectors, be it tourism, healthcare, education, pharma sector, and there were other several areas of expertise where both the countries can learn from each other. The port development by Singapore and India jointly collaborating in this sector is also going to enhance the load taking capacity and keeping capacity of the ports by a significant margin. When it comes to the civil aviation sector, Singapore is the world-renowned leader in that sector as well. So there is a lot to learn, and clearly this visit is going to boost not only trade, but it is going to touch all aspects of the economies in the two countries.
Yes, Akshay, India and Singapore have agreed to continue to work together to advance the joint vision for cooperation with ASEAN and for peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific region. A word on that.
Well, obviously, ASEAN is our maritime neighbor. ASEAN nations are a great source of foreign direct investment, a great source of trade, both exports and imports. As far as technologies are concerned, ASEAN nation has taken quite a lot of leaps in that sector. Manufacturing is one area where the ASEAN nations can collaborate further with India. Singapore is one of the most important countries in the ASEAN, especially for India when it comes to joint collaboration, and Prime Minister has been focusing on the eastern side of the Indian borders, the eastern maritime borders of India, where there are states like Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, there is West Bengal. So all of these states set to gain a lot of expertise in terms of managing their ports, managing their civil aviation sector, managing their manufacturing sector, skill sector, that they can learn from Singapore. So talking about a bit more about Singapore, a country, it speaks its own record. Their own record speaks the efficiency of the country, with a country lesser, half the size of Delhi, has a per capita income of about $90,000. That is one of the highest in the world. The kind of development that Singapore has gone through in the last 50 to 60 years is something that motivates not just people in India but around the world. And the kind of joint collaboration that we are seeing is not just from one side; it's being reciprocated from the Singaporean sides as well. So the future looks bright as far as the eastern maritime borders are concerned, especially with the friendly neighbors and strengthening ties between India and ASEAN nations.
Okay, thank you very much, Akshay Dongre, reporting on the story from New Delhi.